So guys, this is the point of no return. We're cutting the frame out, and this G-Wagon will never be the same. The next thing we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go ahead and cut the top.
Thanks for joining us today for part 2 of our G-Wagon pickup truck build. So if you missed the first part, I'll link it up here, or just hop right in for this part as well, and we'll catch you back up to speed here in this video as well. But we're really excited. We're down here at MX2. They're the ones that are actually cutting the G-Wagon and extending the wheelbase and doing all that before we're able to build our pickup bed onto it. So today's kind of an update. They've got it chopped and welded back in place. They've got it stretched to a longer wheelbase and a whole bunch of updates for you in this video. So we're excited to show you around their shop today, show you the progress of this G-Wagon, and we're so excited to have this thing done.
Hey guys.
How are you? Good to see you.
You too.
Ryan. How you guys doing?
So this is the project.
This is the project.
Are you winning?
We're not losing yet. So yeah.
Cool. This is fun to come down here today to Mega X Squared and see what the progress has been on this G-Wagon. I don't know if I've ever been more excited about a vehicle than this one, as you guys will gather watching our videos, but it ended up being a little more work than they originally thought. Right, Mike? There were some things as far as the body, because like the back of it was raked so hard that moving the back seat, it would be in the way of your head and stuff, right?
So on the G-Wagons, they have the rake at the back. We moved the back seat back 5 inches, and your head was going to hit against the back, so we actually had to straighten this up quite a bit, which you'll never know unless, like, we tell you, because you still just looks like the back of a G-Wagon still, except for shorter. So you wouldn't know it's raked back, but it's actually raked back like about 4 inches, so you have a little more headroom in the back seat. So we had to cut it across the bottom right here. We had to cut the top. We had to cut the centers off. All good stuff to get that rake out.
Yeah, so how you were saying with the rake and everything, you actually, we had to piece it all back together. Tetris. Pretty much we had to cover up our door handle and everything to blend it in. We're eventually going to modify the bottom. We're going to make this all the way down, correct, Mike? Yep. So we're going to blend that all the way down. We're going to take off the light. And then if you look at the other side, we're going to probably actually take our piece. We're going to cut this piece out and actually have a fold down so we can make a piece go through.
Yeah, right. And that's what I was, when we were looking at this earlier, going, man, there's like all this dead space. And, you know, since we build expedition trucks primarily, we're always looking for every inch of space we can. Well, what can we use this for? So these guys, we kind of gave them this idea, like we build a flap that comes up here, pulls down, then you have a waterproof drawer that will slide out on both sides. So sorry, you already welded the other side. Now we got to cut it open. But
hey, guess what?
It's like
at least it's done.
You could do like like we're gonna have all the storage boxes in our bed anyway. But now it's like even more storage.
But it's gonna be nice, honestly. Like with 2 rollers coming out both sides, halfway. Correct?
Yeah.
You were saying
that's like
fold down.
What do you have all this stuff? What do you put? You have your recovery gear, your sandwich, or whatever. Like we have a little shelf right here, right? We talked about a little shelf.
WD-40 and duct tape.
That's the only thing I know how to use, so that's all I can carry on here. No tools.
Exactly. And like I don't know.
Drink cooler.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So and you were saying about the inside, right? So with the seat pushed back, correct? Mm-hmm. So when we did our seats, I don't know if you guys actually seen the inside yet. So when we did our inside, we actually shifted the seat back 5 inches. So with our headroom, when Mike was saying, when you come back, you actually don't hit your head up here on your back panel. More leg room and everything, and then we actually modified from, like how you were saying, with our panels and everything, we actually had to push back and place where we wanted them.
Yeah, that's a lot better, because we didn't really think about, I knew I wanted this bigger leg room in here, you know, so that, because it's, sometimes you're road tripping with 4 adults or whatever, and these G-Wagons, the back seat, especially with someone my height, 6'3", driving, the seat's all the way back, and there's no room. So now by moving that 5 inches, but then when this, normally this back bed, the back of the vehicle has storage in it.
Yes.
And so the rake in it didn't matter, but now you're moving the back seat, your head's going to hit that.
Correct. So
And
it won't
so-
be as bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, honestly, you
So
being
moving that back,
6'3"
and you can't tell. Like right now, you can't tell, and also that the roof also like kind of had a fin on it as
Yep.
well. So the back door came in, the roof came up, and you guys have pulled all that apart and made it look well.
Yep.
I
Made
can
the
tell.
window smaller
It's
and
gonna make-
everything. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it looks great.
Well,
like
that's
how you
right,
said.
because this was a bigger window, right?
Yes, yeah, it was a good sized window.
Right. So
but like
you
how
can barely see how it's welded in through here, but yeah, this
Correct.
would have been the whole rear window. That's now a mini window. So others that do these type of tray beds are on the back. They'll do like a bolt-on
Okay.
hitch on the rear, but then it's hanging down here.
Okay.
You know, all that's hanging way down. Where Casey builds it into the frame here, ties it into our bed,
Oh,
so
that's
it's all
nice.
one piece. But that way, our hitch is sitting way up high, so our departure angle. Like if you look at a lot of off-road vehicles where they do a separate bed, then their hitch is all out of the way. So now it's like you're gonna drag that everywhere.
Yeah.
So by our bed, it will be tucked up in here tight, so your departure angle is still really good and still giving us an overhang. You know, it's a little more than factory when it was the wagon.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And it's cool because we're still like, for comparison, we're, you know, like a Gladiator, Jeep Gladiator, or a Toyota Tacoma, they have 5-foot beds. We played with this today. This is why we came down to try and choose. We're going to go with a 5.5-foot bed, so we'll have 6 more inches. But yet we are still shorter from the center of the tire to the back of our bed than a Gladiator or a Tacoma, even though we're 6 inches longer. So,
Yeah.
and our wheelbase is pretty similar to those. So this is going to be so great. This is really going to be a fun truck.
Yeah, as far as bed goes, I don't know where we're gonna go yet. Kind of what I've got in mind is I think a flatbed is still nice to have, utilitarian. Obviously, we do a flatbed. These hoops and suspension interfere with a flatbed unless you wanted it, 4 feet off the ground. So I'm kind of thinking, and I don't know which way we'll go yet, but I'm thinking we sink the flatbed, keep the flatbed down low. I can cut holes and leave holes in the bed so that this could be exposed. You can still have, it's not going to be 100% flat because your suspension's sticking through, but then we could build these cool boxes that come over and set and fully enclose all that, keep all that separate. Then it can still be a flatbed or a flatbed with boxes. And we could still do canopy stuff on top of that if we want to.
That's
as well.
what's crazy. We don't know exactly because there's times that we'll want the canopies where the whole side opens up. It's the same height as here. And there's other times I just want a pickup truck, put a couple dirt bikes in there. And so I guess with that idea of having this modular, the flatbed's permanent, and then we could decide because
And maybe we could do a combination where there's a flatbed and I could build a wheel well on that bed.
so it
So it's still semi-flat area and still a box that goes on top. So it really depends on we gotta measure some wheel travel and some of that kind of stuff to make sure that we got the clearance for that. But I think it'll be really cool. It's gonna be fun.